Hey everybody. Hey, welcome back to my planet. Yes, I am in the bed and I just had a come to Jesus meeting with the Father, okay? And just, just be going through it. I got to share with the man what's going on the inside of me so I too can continue on my journey. And one of the things, so forgive me, one of the things that I do get a lot of questions on is a lot of people question how I can be as strong as I am. How can, like, where does one begin? Where does one start? It's different for every person. The answer to that question is never the same for, it may be similar, but it's never the same for any one person on this earth. It don't matter whether you're related to a person, somebody that you just know, or people you see or whatever. It's never the same. So one of the things that kind of helped get me on my journey with God initially, okay, this was about, I want to say maybe about 6 years ago. If any of you are familiar with BB Judy from Kaleidoscope Hair Products, she did a live. She promoted something she was doing. She was like, "Are you guys ready to elevate to the next level?" It may have been about 7 years ago. I don't know, but I tuned in. She said when, she said where, and your girl was on live on Instagram. And when I say I watched every single last one of those videos, I had my laptop out. I wrote it and I also typed it. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. Happy Virgo season to our Virgos. It's our time. We up. Well, you know. But I actually typed it up, and this is something that I have been. It goes on my vision board because it's definitely a part of what I do and how I definitely stay strong. And y'all gotta forgive me because whew, I got to this because the conversation I was having with God was, am I giving myself enough grace? Am I giving myself enough grace? I'm so hard on myself from my old way of conditioning. I'm always so hard on myself, and I can go and push. But even in my new state of mind, my new state of being, and my new state of thinking, I too still fall back into some of those old ways. And so the conversation was about me giving myself grace, being grateful for what I have and where I am right now, but also remembering that I've done a lot. Have I truly given myself grace for that? So it ended up getting to, how can I be so strong? Like, how did I get to that point? Judy's, um, I don't know, webinar or whatever you want to call it was called Praying Through the Process. On the top of my vision boards, I always put the words submit to God and be at peace with Him, and in this way, prosperity will come to you. Well, Judy talked about praying through the process. And Judy, I'm so grateful to you because I literally still have this. I was like one of the first people online when Sis said she was going live. I was in that thing. Like, I was already ready. I was like, I'm on the page. I'm just waiting. I don't even know. I just need to know how I can, whatever she got going on, because she's very successful. I wanted to know. I wanted to know. So it started with praying through the process. Praying through the process is praying for discernment, for direction I should go in, praying for God to guide me in that direction, having confidence to act on what God puts in my heart, and not allowing people to stray me from what I believe and feel. I'm gonna repeat this one again. Have confidence to act on what God puts in my heart, and not allowing people to stray me from what I believe and feel is something that I really had a hard time getting through, because the old me had the softest heart. I forgave, I allowed, I shared too much. I had given too much information on me to people who didn't have the same ambition I had, to people who didn't have the same ideas I had, or they weren't on the same level of thinking at that time. And because I had not, evolved to the point where I am right now, shoot, if I shared with a friend, hey, yo, I want to do this, and they was like, oh, girl, I wouldn't do that. I seen such and such, or they just gave this negative, or why you want to do that, or that ain't even you, or whatever they would say, I would be like, oh, in my feelings, and I would just drop it. I would just let it go. So make sure that when you're praying for your discernment, that you have confidence to act on what God puts in your heart, but also don't allow people to stray you from what you believe and feel. When you are confused, know that God is the only one to turn to. Sometimes you got to be silent in your walk. Sometimes you got to shut the fuck up and just let people be. Sometimes you got to be. Sometimes you got to stay in the house and not go out. Sometimes you got to be at home. Sometimes you got to do the things that nobody else wants to do, but let your actions speak. Stop telling people your moves. Stop asking people their opinions, because not everyone has your best interests at heart. Not everybody has your best interests at heart. Understanding that the process won't be easy. You will lose and gain people along the way. People, things, thoughts, ideas, and whatever else. Habits. Understand that you will lose a lot along the way. A lot of people gonna fall off. A lot of people gonna laugh in front of your face and behind your back. People gonna gaslight you. People gonna be doing everything that they gonna do. But when you don't allow people to stray you from what you believe and what you feel, and you stand firm, them same people that laughed, them same people that talked about you, them same people, family, friends, whoever it is, those same people who were talking against you are going to be the same people that's asking you, hey, how did you do it? Those are going to be the same people that's going to want to be always on your page and looking and seeing and being in your business, because they low-key, they jealous. Low-key, they're envious of you. They low-key don't understand how you could step out on your faith, how you could have this crazy faith, how you could allow yourself to do something that they are too afraid to do. Remember that. But we're going to get back on track here. You want to pray for discernment on the people to keep around and give positions to, and those that you need to turn and walk away from. I put an additional pray for this direction. That was me talking to myself. Judy gave me all the knowledge, and I still got some more things to discuss, but I just kind of wanted to go into that. Remember that it won't be easy. Not only will you lose people, but those thoughts, those ideas, those old habits, the old you're going to lose all of that along the way. But you're going to gain so much more in return. Because not only are you going to have respect for yourself, those people that were coming for you or that were talking about you, they are going to have low-key respect for you too. Put some respect on my name. They won't have any choice but to put some respect on your name, because it doesn't matter what they say. It's what other people see. A person can say anything they want to say about you, but it's what you exude. It's what you giving off. If somebody tells you something about me and you come to my page and you don't see nothing but positivity, or you see me saying something here or there or whatever, but you see me projecting good things out into like house sway. So, praying for that direction on those people to keep around and give positions to, and those that you need to turn and walk away from. Everybody can't go where you're going. And not to say that some of them won't make it there just means sometimes it's something just for you. Sometimes what God got for you is just for you. You can't bring the family, you can't bring the friends, you can't bring those co-workers, those exes, those relationships, them old way of thinking, the old way frames of mind. Some of those things you cannot bring with you. So be firm in the spirit. Always be stuck on God and count on Him. Stay rooted in the word so my tree can blossom to maximum capacity. Woof. I'm just saying, that gave me a chill. I might be a little cold, but that right there, that gave me a little chill. Be firm in the spirit. Always be stuck on God and count on Him. I promise you, when it seemed like the world is coming to an end, it seemed like you've lost everything. I retired from my 9 to 5. I left 9 to 5. That was my retirement in March of this year to do God's work because I was guided to do so. I left my 9 job because I was stuck on God and I counted on Him. And He was like, you ready? And I was like, yeah, ask the question. And He was like, let's go. And I've been going ever since. I have not stopped. I continue to keep moving. I take self-care days. I take time to myself. Some days I shut the fuck off because it be a lot going on with what I have, you know? So stay rooted in the word so your tree can blossom to maximum capacity. I have this written in my tent, so I'll work with me here, okay? That was absolutely one of the biggest things I could have done while I prayed through the process, was being stuck on God. Because even when I received this from Judy, when I typed this up and I wrote it down, I typed it up, and you know, I'm all animated and extra and stuff, so I like to do stuff like this. It was for me. I still did not truly stay stuck on God initially in the beginning when I got this. No, it took time. But I stuck with it. The more I stuck with it, the more consistent I became. The more consistent I became, the more God started to show me. He didn't have to show me because when He broke me down, okay, He started giving me receipts. He was like, yo, remember when? Remember when you had to move out that apartment? And remember you ain't have nowhere to go because you could go stay with no family members. You didn't have no friends that you could go stay with. Nobody was opening their door to you. You had to go. I was getting turned down because I had, rental fees, old fee from an old apartment. I still had fees, broken lease fees or whatever. Remember when? Like, I have literally been guided by God. He had to show me receipts. He was like, remember you was like, you ain't know when you was crying and it was raining and you was driving. And I was like, yo, spirit, now I can say spirit, was like, turn right here. I'm crying. I'm in the truck. I'm like, God, I need somewhere for my kids to go. Like, we got to be out of this apartment by this day. It's like Wednesday, and I literally had to be out of that apartment by Saturday. I was living with a family member at the time, and we had to go. God showed me receipts, and that wasn't the only time. That's just one little story I'm sharing with y'all. He led me. He guided me. Something just said, turn right. I took a right, and I got to a street. They said, turn another right, and I'm crying the whole time. It's thunderstorming, raining. My kids were young. They were like in elementary school, so this was years ago. And I pull up in this driveway in this apartment complex, okay? He was like, pull in. It was a bad neighborhood, but it was where he could get me in at that time. With the job I had, I was making good money at that time to pay for that apartment. And I was like, what I'm gonna do? And whatever. At the time, didn't know it was spirit that was guiding me, but I was being guided. So I was just going there and telling people the truth. And I did. I went up in there and I said, listen, I have 2 kids. I have a really great job. I make over 3 times the rent. I need an apartment and I need it by Saturday. Can you make that happen? I said, I got the money. However much the deposit was, I had all the money. However much the deposit was, I got it. And you know what? I got that apartment in my name by myself. I was able to pay my rent, my car note, all my bills, and keep food in the house and take care of I was able to provide a place. So again, staying rooted in the word so your tree can blossom to maximum capacity. And even when you think that the world is coming to an end and that God is not there, that is when the King has one last move. He is all. And if you trust and have faith in him, then, you can't go wrong. So also, because I don't want this video to be too long, keep a humbling spirit when the world throws things at me or questions my authenticity. Keep a humbling spirit when the world throws things at me or questions my authenticity. My authenticity comes from up there, not from what man made here on this earth. Not the rules that man has decided we all have to follow by. And I mean that in every way, form, or fashion that a rule has been made by man. Keep a humbling spirit when the world throws things at me or questions my authenticity. The power to move people through prayer and pray for discernment on the power to move people through prayer, and that my actions reflect what will bring more people to understand the importance of prayer. Listen, okay, I typed this a long time ago. Y'all got to give me a second. Pray for discernment on how to move other people through prayer, and also praying that my actions reflect what will bring those people to understand the importance of prayer. I hope that was understandable. How can I move people through prayer? How can I show people that the prayer life works? That being stuck on God and counting on him is what we are supposed to be doing. I want my actions to reflect that so that I can give this word out and reach more people. Also, prayer is important, and don't expect change without prayer. So while you're praying through the process, you're praying for discernment on the direction you should go in, asking God to guide you, having confidence to act on what God puts in your heart. Don't allow people to stray you from what you believe and feel. God, knowing that God is the only one to turn to when you're confused. Be silent in your walk. Let your actions speak. Stop telling people your moves and stop asking them their opinions, because not everyone has your best interests at heart. Understand that the process won't be easy. You will lose and gain people along the way. Direction on the people to keep around and give positions to, and those that you need to turn and walk away from. Pray for that specifically, because a lot of times we're being held back not just by ourselves and the things that we don't, that shadow self that some people do not want to acknowledge, but it's also the people that surround you, and that could be family, friends, whoever, your relationship, your boo, your partner, all that. Direction on people to keep around and give positions to, and those to turn and walk away from. Sorry, I think I just double read that. Be firm in the spirit. Always be stuck on God and count on him to stay rooted in the word so your tree can blossom to maximum capacity. Keep a humbling spirit when the world throws things at you or questions your authenticity. And just pray for discernment on how to move other people through prayer. And pray that your actions reflect that so that you can help other people understand the importance of prayer. It is important. And without prayer, you can't expect good change. So I hope this helped you in some way. Mm, I'm thinking if I'm going to post this, it's a lot of typing to post. I'm just going to post the video and just say press play. That way you guys can get it. My captions be long. My daughter say, Mama, your captions too long. I just be trying to make sure that people get all the information they need. Because people be coming asking me questions, and I be like, I didn't put it in there. You didn't understand. So I'm trying to be more, you know, I don't know. People don't like to read, so I want to make sure that I am keeping this to a bare minimum. So anyway, pray through the process. Be stuck on God. Submit to God and be at peace with Him. And in this way, abundance will come to you. That's it. That's all I got for tonight. I love y'all for free. I'll see y'all.